It was one of the most secret places in the world, an island that held a deadly secret.
In World War II, this is where Britain tested its biological weapons.
What were these scientists up to on the island, do you think?
I couldn't very well tell you what they were up to.
Did you ever see anything?
Well, I used to watch the smoke coming down on the top of them, coming towards these animals.
Where were the animals?
They were staked over there.
Oh, I see. They were tied up in a line, were they?
In a line.
I've heard it said that some people did see these animals falling dead when this cloud hit. Do you think it was poison gas they were using?
Well, I'm sure I did the same.
Failed scientific experiments, spine-chilling encounters, and inexplicable encounters. There are moments where the line between reality and nightmares blur. So buckle up to have a look at some of the most terrifying moments that no one could explain. This traveler heard rumors about a human-like creature living in a zoo in Romania. So while visiting the zoo, he tried to capture it on camera.
Okay, so I'm in this really crappy zoo in Romania. They got this really weird creature caged up. It looks like some sort of deformed human.
As he approached the enclosure, strange noises of someone screaming were heard. Inside, his camera captured a pale figure resembling a human, and it looked angry and desperate to escape. The video ended abruptly when a staff member shouted to shut down the camera. The zoo denied the existence of the creature and called it a hoax. However, suspicions arose when the zoo closed due to animal welfare issues. Slimy alien. Here's another reason for you not to hit the gym. This clip going around on the internet claimed to have captured an alien creature inside a gym. It was seen taking the treadmill, a giant body resembling a snail, with goops of slime dripping down the sides. No one seemed to know what that creature was. Many internet users thought it was a lab creation that had somehow escaped the scientists, while others thought it might be an other-dimensional animal stuck in here, and thought of losing some pounds while he was here. Space Shuttle Crawler. A renowned news station was live streaming the Falcon 9 space launch when netizens noticed something strange. The camera attached to the rocket caught something moving across the space shuttle. The clip went absolutely viral on the internet, with people thinking it was either a crawling face hugger or a space alien analyzing the man-made machine. However, skeptics argued, saying the moving thing was probably a part of the vehicle or space debris. Even after a lot of speculation and no word from officials, the clip remained a mystery. Alien creature. This video going viral has sparked a frenzy as people try to unravel its secrets. The anonymously posted video recorded a mysterious being with multiple eyes, and strangely, these eyes seem to vanish and reappear inexplicably. Internet theories suggest it could be a holy entity, specifically the Seraphim angel, known as a celestial being with many eyes. Some folks doubted its angelic nature, since no one claimed to have encountered the entity firsthand. Its true identity remained elusive. Walking on water. Looks like the laws of physics are getting rewritten here. A boater saw this man casually walking on the water's surface with a backpack, and he simply could not believe what he had just seen. I mean, we all know it's impossible to pull off something like that. The man quickly took his camera out to capture this eerie scene of a man casually walking on water, and even shared it online. While many were questioning the authenticity of this video, there were some who believed that this was possible through a secret technology that the officials were hiding from us all. Well, if that was really the case, where would you go if you could walk on water? Suspicious activities. Driving down a deserted road, this guy had the most bizarre encounter. As he drove past a car, his dash cam caught sight of a man dressed in a suit. As soon as he noticed the approaching car, he quickly turned around and started running. A few seconds later, another guy in the same attire appeared, and then it was an entire group of these guys, frantically trying to find a way out. But what made the sight even more strange was that these guys didn't seem to have any facial features. Behind them was something on fire. Were they trying to run away from a criminal scene, performing some creepy ritual, or involved in some other illegal activity? Let me know what you guys think of these men in suits. On the run. A short humanoid figure with a long hanging nose was seen walking near a residential area. Is it just me, or its head looks similar to an elephant? The clip started a frenzy of online speculation, and someone said it was a runaway experiment creature from a nearby scientific research facility. A bunch of folks thought it looked like the fictional character Dobby from the Harry Potter movies. However, what do you guys think of this clip? Let me know in the comments. Ape speech.
Meat in the eyes of God.
Now have a look at this footage that has left everyone fishing for answers. A creature that looked exactly like a monkey, but was calm and collected like a man, and he seemed to be giving a speech. The clip left the internet shocked.
Is to be a beast that can talk.
And rumors of experimentation on monkeys started. Netizens thought scientists were trying to give monkeys human-like characteristics to see how they would act. But later, it was revealed that the clip was actually a piece of art, a work of a professional makeup artist.
It's the devil's hand.
Body double. This eerie video went viral on the internet, showing the Pope taking off a sort of a mask from his face, and it had everyone buzzing with loads of conspiracy theories. I mean, just look how he stretched the whole skin from his nose. There's definitely something fishy going on here. People were speculating that this was indeed a body double getting ready to take the place of the Pope. We've seen such things happening in movies, but it's kind of creepy to think that the higher-ups have been using these tactics in real life as well. Mummified alien. Discovered almost 2 decades ago in the Atacama Desert of Chile, this tiny skeleton started some serious alien conspiracy. A tiny body with an unusually large head. The anomalous discovery was thought to be a juvenile alien remains. That was until experts had analyzed the skeleton. After testing, they found that the skeleton was actually a female fetus that had numerous mutations causing the strange look. The discovery unveiled another similar skeleton found in Russia back in 1996. While working in the forest, an old woman found this bizarre thing lying on the ground. She picked it up, and after getting tested by the experts, it was revealed that this was a fetus as well. However, the culprit for this one was different: nuclear waste in the region. Tiny coffins. Back in 1836, a group of boys found 17 tiny coffins near Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh, each holding little wooden figures dressed in different outfits. Interestingly, the coffins were stacked in layers, with the top ones looking newer and the bottom ones more worn out. People had different ideas about why these coffins were there. Some thought they were linked to witches. Others thought they were related to sailors' traditions.
The first Scotsman article said maybe these are to do with witchcraft. Somebody else said, well, actually, yes, with sailors. In Scotland, when they went out, they would say to their families, if I drown, then make me a coffin.
Later in 1995, research suggested they were probably made around 1830 by someone who knew about a famous pair of criminals called Burke and Hare. Even today, these mysterious coffins keep people curious, and they have become a part of Edinburgh's history. Two-toed alien. This guy's exploration trip to the woods took a very eerie turn when he unexpectedly discovered alien remains. Digging the ground looking to find something, he got his hands on a sealed glass jar. Opening it up, he found the jar was filled with a slimy liquid, and inside was a tiny two-toed humanoid figure that looked more alien than human. Another jar turned up, and the figure this one had was in a sitting position. Not just the jars, he found a whole load of stuff in the digging spot. Now the question was, who put these jars there? Were these aliens real? With no satisfactory answer in sight, they remained an unsolved mystery. Illuminati skull. While visiting the woods near his house, a guy came across this. He found a giant elongated skull lying in the middle of a clearing in the forest. The huge skull, covered in green paint, had bizarre carvings on it. On the front, above the 2 eye sockets, there was a third eye surrounded by a strange-looking design. And on the back, there was a carving of a humanoid in a sitting position. What made this carving stand out was its long skull, looking similar to that of an alien. When he uploaded the clip online, some said the skull was used by the Illuminati due to its third eye, but no one seemed to know its exact origin. Night-tailed fox. While hiking through the forest at night, one man came across this elaborate array of lights that had him wondering what in the world it could be. It almost felt like a glowing octopus had accidentally made its way to the forest. Mesmerized by the glowing creature, the man simply captured it on the camera and later uploaded it online. Many even started calling this a 9-tailed fox, a creature from Korean mythology that feeds on human parts. So this man was lucky to walk away in one piece. Demon goat. A hiker filmed this bizarre scene from the mountains that showed a strange figure, and it looked like a scene from horror movies. This creature seemingly had horns like a goat, but long arms that resembled a human. Now that is something you don't see every day. Viewers started coming up with a bunch of wild theories, stating that this could be a demon from hell hiding in the dark caves. And honestly, it does look like one. Still, these were just their guesses. The truth about this video is still unknown. Sewer creature. A sewer cleaning project in North Carolina took an unexpected turn when footage from their camera went public, causing a stir among viewers. The camera revealed strange, fleshy blobs sticking to the sewer walls, and it became even more unsettling when the blobs pulsated. No one knew what these blobs were, leaving people to speculate they were an alien life form. Even authorities were stumped. Fortunately, a marine biologist stepped in to clarify the mystery. The pulsating blobs were actually tubifex worms. Thousands of them. These worms clump together in such formations when they can't find soil. When one worm moves, it triggers a chain reaction, which makes them look like a throbbing mass of flesh. Spidey humanoid. Going into the woods with a night vision camera to find his missing sheep, an Indian farmer stumbled upon a chilling surprise. On a tree branch, there was a disturbing human-like entity, sitting like a spider. Fearing for his safety, the farmer fled, leaving behind an unsettling enigma. The footage left the viewers guessing the creature's identity, a skinwalker or an entity from another realm. But with only a momentary view, the true nature of the figure remained shrouded in mystery. Alien remains. During their routine fishing expedition, a group of fishermen stumbled upon something creepy in the water. A small humanoid figure floating upside down, with bizarre features that immediately caught their attention. Its green upper body contrasted sharply with its pale white legs, a combination never seen in humans. With its identity an open-ended question. Now you guys tell me, what could it be? An extraterrestrial visitor? A new species yet to be discovered? Or simply a clever hoax?
Pra você. Porra, ridículo isso. Puta que pariu.
Headless man. It's not every day that you see a creepy headless man walking around. A farm worker saw this scene while going through his routine tasks. A guy standing at a distance near a pole looked like his head had decided to leave him for good. His calculated movements indicated that he was aware of his situation. Now, I'm genuinely curious, what was the deal with this guy? Many internet folks dismissed the clip, claiming it to be a hoax. Others thought it might be a glitch in the Matrix. What kind of glitch takes off your entire head? If you have any clue about this, be sure to share in the comments. Wriggly creature. A huge blob covered in tiny white wriggling things. A guy from a repair shop in San Carlos, Costa Rica saw this and thought it was some creature enveloped by a layer of white maggots. When the clip was posted online, People pitched in their theories. Some said it was an alien entity that had manipulated the maggots to provide cover for it. Others said the thing was probably some kind of hybrid creature. If you've got any guesses what this thing was, share in the comments. Taken over. A family visiting a park in America had the most creepy experience when they spotted a huge glob sitting in the middle of the road. Take a closer look and you'd see it moving. It looked like a bunch of single long worms were glued together. One of the guys even tried to poke it with his stick to separate it, but it stayed put. Many viewers compared it to the creepy creature from a famous sci-fi series. But the one in the clip was actually a clump of tubifex worms. They make these colonies when outside of water. Alien bug. Homeowners in Bali had quite a thrilling night when they saw this odd thing dangling from their ceiling. If you'll have a proper look at this thing, it clearly looks like something otherworldly. Those giant horn-like protrusions and the long legs give it a pretty scary look. While many were getting creeped out by these unique looks, there's no need to worry. This was actually a Baphomet moth. And they don't always have the alien attire. Normally, they look like this. Those alien looks only come out when they need a mate and use that part to release pheromones to attract her. Goat man. A goat walking like an average normal person? This sight made some locals believe that the legends of Goat Man were coming true. These people were frozen in their place when they witnessed this eerie sight of a goat casually walking down the streets, and had them wondering if their neighborhood was doomed from then on. According to legend, the Goat Man is a supernatural being or a demonic entity that often terrorizes people or causes mischief. But there is another possibility here as well. It could just be a goat walking on its hind legs. I really hope it's the second case. Vampire. If you've been a fan of vampires, here's something that might make you believe in their existence. Some tourists were roaming in the dark forest when they laid their eyes on this horrifying thing. It seemed to be a giant creature sitting alone on top of the cliff. Things escalated when the creature realized it was being filmed and even tilted back, revealing that it was already munching on something. The tourists immediately ran for their lives, hoping to flee from this nightmarish scene. The video ended abruptly, leaving us with dozens of questions on what that thing was. Still, there are no clues to these questions. Headless fish. Looks like the apocalyptic signs are near. Some fishermen thought exactly the same when they saw this fish swimming around without a head, pretending like everything was going just fine. Now, some might argue that this was all manipulated and stuff, but surprisingly, this is possible. Fish brains do not work like ours. Their primary motor functions, including swimming, are controlled by their spinal cord and not their brain. So if you ever see one carrying on with life even without a major body part, don't worry, it's not a sign of a zombie apocalypse. Worm ritual. Locals from Champan witnessed this sight of an endless loop of worms circling in one place, and they had no idea what was going on here. It almost seemed like these critters were engaged in a shady ritual to summon the demon. Just looking at this thing makes me feel like one of them might just be crawling on me. If you're wondering what this is, I did some digging and found out that these are fungus gnat larvae. So don't worry, these are not some ending signs, just bugs hanging out. Chupacabra. In 2012, farmers from Ukraine were creeped out when they saw this creature lying right in front of them. According to locals, some hunters had managed to get a hold of this thing while they were out in the wild. And its eerie characters had everyone wondering if it was the chupacabra. Its sharp teeth, hairless body, and the oddly long neck was nothing more of a surprise for all the onlookers. It was rumored that the farmers had been losing their cattle recently, and many speculated that this creature was the culprit in all those disappearances. Stamp creature.
It looks like it just died.
These friends were driving down an abandoned road when something out of the ordinary caught their eye. As they stopped to have a closer look at this thing, they were left in a puzzling situation, as they could not make sense of this thing. The creature seemed like some sort of a demon or hybrid between two animals. The most striking feature of their find was that this thing had a giant stamp on it.
It looks like a stamp on it.
Rumors are that these friends had found a failed laboratory experiment in which scientists were trying to make a new species, and they dumped it out here when the goal was not fulfilled.
Inspected, approved. I can't read this.
Russian alien. This video, allegedly from a highly secret facility in Russia, surfaced, showing a doctor escorting an alien-like creature through a hospital hallway. Unaware of the recording camera, the footage ended up online, and the footage raised questions about the origin of the creature who found it, and what experiments were being conducted. Could this be proof that we have already been in contact with extraterrestrial beings? Chinese cryptid. A bizarre discovery in China has left viewers scratching their heads. The pale creature captured in this footage defied all explanations. Its unique appearance was unlike anything seen before. A cyclops-like face with one eye on its face. But before you dismiss it as a hoax, see its moving legs. And when the guy turned it around, its flat back came into view, like it had been run over by a road roller. The video quickly gained a lot of attention online, with many questioning its authenticity. However, due to a lack of information, it remained unidentified. Serbian dancing lady. How would you feel if you saw a creepy lady dancing ominously in the middle of the streets? Creepy, right? Well, that is exactly how residents in Serbia were feeling when they started living their worst nightmares. This odd woman was seen on multiple occasions just eerily dancing in the streets at night with a knife, and no one knows who she was. The eyewitnesses explained that if anyone made eye contact with her or talked to her, she would even start chasing them down. Many believe that this was just someone playing pranks on the people. But honestly, it would be quite disturbing to see that in the streets at night. Hopping humans. In November 2022, this video went viral on the internet as it showed a group of creatures hopping from a wall in the most disturbing manner. The most odd thing here was that these creatures eerily looked like humans, but the way they were moving around was not so natural or human-like, almost as if they were giant hybrids of humans and frogs. A man unknowingly came across them on a dark night, and they all managed to hop away like frogs. That left the eyewitness with dozens of questions about what could possibly be happening in our wild world. Possessed lady. Walking down the street got a bit intimidating for a guy when he came across this odd lady staring right at him. Her face seemed to be covered with a mask, void of any expressions, and the way her head tilted with the man makes this encounter even more horrid. Just looking at her is giving me the creeps. I know it was most likely a woman pranking people, but I bet this guy saw her in his nightmares for several days to come. Stalking alien. A hunter was moving through the jungle and suddenly felt like something was staring at him. Just a few moments later, he realized that he was in the presence of this odd creature peeking from the dense vegetation. Surprisingly, this thing had the most uncanny alien-like features, and many viewers started saying that this man was being followed by an extraterrestrial life. For centuries, there have been stories about aliens visiting us, and this is seen as proof that they have been studying human life. Alien Bob. Fishermen in the Gulf of Thailand were carrying out their routine fishing practices when they caught this bizarre thing in their nets. Even after spending half their life at the sea, these men had no idea what they were looking at. They simply laid it on the wooden desk and looked at it moving in this disturbing manner. Out of curiosity, they filmed their unique find and posted it on the internet, hoping to get some answers. But all they got were a bunch of guesses. Some estimated these could be eggs of a giant fish, while others claimed it to be a sea slug. No one knows for sure what they had caught that day. It's water repellent. This guy placed a gecko in the water, and it all went away from the animal like it had some sort of repellent on. Well, it was somewhat like this in reality as well. These tiny animals have tiny hair on their bodies that help them thrive in moist areas. This means they won't be enjoying baths like other animals, but this feature enables them to move through the damp areas without any problem. Mysterious things.
I'm not quite sure, based on what this woman found in her kitchen.
A woman from New Zealand was terrified to find these creatures on her kitchen floor, and she had never seen such things in her area before. These things almost look like tiny alien larvae, ready to grow and take over the world at any moment. But no need to get worried, as experts came forward with a proper answer for these things, and they were no less frightening. They believed that these were the legs of a moth that had become a meal to a cat or other predator. Still, no one was sure about this thing, and we're still looking for some answers.
Anybody at home knows what those things are, please let us know.
Creepy bug. Bugs can range from being cute butterflies to looking like a sleep paralysis demon like this one. An anonymous person uploaded this eerie video to social media and mentioned that this thing was present in their home. Frankly, if I ever saw such a thing, I'd just leave the home to it. There's no way we can live in one place. While some viewers were comparing it to a bug from the Upside Down, others were skeptical that this was a clever edit. Whatever the case was, I'm staying away from all sorts of bugs from now on. Barn fairy. Putting a camera in his barn, the guy wasn't expecting to record some mythical creature. While reviewing his camera footage, he was shocked to see a white fairy-like thing flying around near a horse. It was his first time seeing it, and he had no idea what it was and how it ended up in his barn. Some people suggested it could be some kind of fly. Whatever the reason, I think a horse barn would be the last place anyone would expect to see a fairy. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Locals of Thailand capital were in for a scary surprise when they found a truck hauling a gigantic Tyrannosaurus Rex on the street. With its mouth chained down and veins popping in its neck, adults with their cameras out and children crying, it might look like the real deal. But this dino is actually a sculpture made for an amusement park. It still looks real enough to scare children. Golem creature. Some plantation workers got the scare of a lifetime when they saw this terrifying creature coming out of the water. Its hairless body, claws, and the eerie gait had them wondering if this was some sort of monster getting ready to take over the area. Honestly, anyone would have thought that way looking at this thing. Once its video went viral, people even started pointing out its resemblance with Golem from the fictional movie. Now I know it sounds creepy and all, but the reality soon came forward. It was just a poor bear in a miserable condition. Luckily, it was later rescued by some kind-hearted people. Giant dragon. A camera set in the remote location of a forest captured this eerie sight when a giant dragon-like creature was seen slithering by the rocks. It had everyone wondering if these mythical creatures existed in the real world. Although the quality of this video was not perfect, it was still enough to make the viewers wonder what was existing in the depths of the first. Some people, on the other hand, were more skeptical about the authenticity of the video, stating that it could be a clever edit. Still, who knows what lives out there? Groot in tree. Remember Groot from the movies? He has made an entrance in the real world.
I am Groot.
A man had set up cameras in his backyard and was amazed to find this tiny critter living in the trees. Let's zoom in for a better look. See? Doesn't it look oddly like Groot from the movies? Even though some viewers were skeptical about whether this video was authentic or not, others were starting to believe that the homeowner had managed to capture the fictional character. It's crazy what we can see even in simple trees. Headless eel.
I don't know. How's he gonna eat, Rex? How can I eat?
We watched
But
the
still
more
breathing.
with no head.
I know the idea of surviving without a head sounds impossible to us, but it's a normal thing when it comes to animals like eels. Some tourists were amazed to see this headless eel effortlessly moving through the waters, like everything was fine. Now, this zombie eel did look like it was bearing the message to the world's end, but it is kind of normal for these species to survive even without a brain. I know it sounds terrifying, but nature can be pretty deceiving sometimes.
Not long. Yeah.
Open discussion. In 1942, scientists from Porton Down conducted a secretive bioweapon test on Grunard Island. This place was a highly secretive and controversial military research facility in the UK, known for its work on biological and chemical weapons. 80 sheep were taken to the uninhabited island as test subjects for a strain of anthrax known as Valium 14578. The anthrax spores were loaded into explosives placed on tall poles near the sheep. When detonated, these devices created an aerosol cloud that took over the sheep. Within days, all of them succumbed to the germs and were disposed of by hazmat suit-wearing scientists. After these tests, 5 million anthrax cakes were produced intended for use in making German cities uninhabitable. However, this plan was never executed. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.